Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnan Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. The November 26, 1883, Sindhuriyapatti Brahmo Samaj function is going on. Mani Malik's house and Sri Ramakrishna is there. After the services began, according to the tradition of Brahmo Samaj. Soon the services began. According to the rules of the Brahmo Samaj, the preacher was seated on the dais. After the opening prayer, he recited holy texts of the Vedas and was joined by congregation in the invocation to the Supreme Brahman. They chanted in chorus, Brahman is truth, knowledge, infinity, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. It shines as bliss and immortality. Brahman is peace, blessedness, and one without second. It is pure and unstained by sin. The minds of the devotees were stilled. They closed their eyes in meditation. The utterances of all, when we are collectively sitting for meditation, meditation happens in actually when we are entering inward, taking inward journey and going inward. We usually dedicate these practices exclusively in solitude and alone. But sometimes when we are a community, like an ashrama, like a mutt, what we do is we individually do our spiritual practices and collectively also do. In collective meditation, there is always another phase, each helping. It's a collective consciousness, individual consciousness. In collective consciousness, we acquire a different nature. Each is contributing to the upliftment of the mind and consciousness to higher level of the other. It's collective. Just like I am thinking myself and a few people are thinking of the same thing at the same time. They enter into, as if they have entered into an internet, and then their individual consciousness is linked to the collective consciousness. It starts flowing into each other. Even otherwise, suppose I am sitting and thinking of something good. I am linking to the cosmic good. And so many thoughts start flowing from the cosmos. Whoever is thinking whatever thing good, I am linking with them. I am alone in my room. Nobody is there. Yet the thoughts, that good thoughts are coming. I am joining to the cosmic goodness, or at least the social goodness, or the worldly goodness. One whole world as one. Now it's like entering into an internet. Now, similarly, I am thinking of something bad. The bad starts emerging out from me, and immediately the bad from the cosmic level or the social level starts entering into me. It is flowing. It goes on accumulating more and more. Suppose I am angry or start disliking someone. All the things starts coming out. I don't know from where it starts coming out, because I am linking to the how much intensely I do, so much intensely the external things start flowing. Now, when we enter the field of divine by thought, where the world and worldliness have dropped off, we enter into where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to ecstatic love of God used to move about. Even it seems animals used to become silent and observe, as if they are also entering into meditation. So this collective, and one, there should not be disturbance. All are interest, all are sadhakas. They are sitting together and something is being uttered. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. That the whole thing is getting tuned. Every mind is getting tuned to that truth. And when every mind is getting tuned to truth, it will be like a number of instruments. Now say sitar or tanpura. 10 tanpuras are kept and all are tuned to the same. One strike, all will start vibrating. Just like sympathetic strings in sitar. I strike one, all the sympathetic below tarabs start vibrating. It re-echoes. Like that, all minds are helping each other, and there is stillness. Within them, they are experiencing that stillness. The minds of the devotees were stilled. They closed their eyes in meditation. The master went into deep samadhi. He sat there, transfixed and speechless. After some time, he opened his eyes, looked around, and suddenly stood up with the words Brahma, Brahma on his lips. Soon the devotional music began, accompanied by drums and cymbals. In a state of divine fervor, the master began to dance with the devotees. Vijay and other Brahmos danced around him. The guests and devotees were enchanted. Many of them drank the sweet bliss of God's name and forgot the world. This is what happens. The pure joy, all other joys which we see in eating, drinking, or in any act of the world with bodily awareness, whatever we do, is a very cheap status, very extremely lower states. But there are higher states, higher levels of consciousness, where higher and refined joy comes out. When any joy externally entering in, now I eat, it is sense enjoyment. It is going from outside to inside. I am seeing some sight, a beautiful scene of nature. It is going from outside, I am seeing. It is going from outside to inside. These are the external being perceived and entering inside is of a lower level. But what comes from inside to outside is different. This is eternal, unchanging. It is coming from the ocean of bliss, Ananda Sagara, of the transcendental realm. It cannot be compared with anything of the world. These are all transient, short-lived, momentary joys of life. Same scene you keep seeing, after a few moments, oh, enough this, I want to go somewhere. It goes on moving, but it is momentary. But what comes from inside comes from the ocean of bliss, Ananda Sagara. And it links you, it calls within. You come here and see what it is. The external sense, all pleasures are sense pleasures. Whether you eat something, ice cream or anything, the joy you get is incomparable to the inner joy. If it is inner joy is a mountain, all external joys together can be a mustard seed from outside. That is the difference. And that Ananda in Upanishads, unable to explain what is Brahmananda, it goes on increasing 100 times, 100 times, 100 times, 100 times intensity. So the ultimate Brahmananda. So this Sri Ramakrishna is expressing that Brahma on lips. Soon the devotional music began, accompanied by cymbals and drums. The state of divine fervor, the master, in a state of divine fervor, the master began to dance with the devotees. Once he starts, all get tuned to that. They start losing the external awareness. The senses have closed their doors. Mind has closed its door from inside everybody, and they are dancing in ecstasy. The inner joy makes you dance in ecstasy. External joys make you excited. It calms down. Inner joy makes you calms down. It is associated with absolute peace. All external joys are part of excitement of mind and senses. Here it is calming down. The mind and senses become still, calm, and then the inner joy overpowers, making them dance in ecstasy. Vijay and other Brahmos danced around him. The guests and the devotees were enchanted. Many of them drank the sweet bliss of God's name and forgot the world. The happiness of the material world appeared bitter to them. Can you imagine what it means? Unimaginable for us. For all the joys of the world that people experience, run after it. It is bitter when it is compared to the inner joy. There was one boy when I was in Chennai. He used to come to our ashrama. He was studying 6th or 7th standard. And then he would sit, he would come, bow down to me and go to my room. My room, there was a Krishna's image which was brought for Krishnashtami, and it was kept in a corner. The devotee who had brought had left it there. I did not know how to send it to them or this one. I was waiting for them. But this boy used to come. He had seen that on Krishnashtami day. He used to simply to look at that image. He used to go to my room. And he would go and sit in front of it. About half an hour, 1 hour used to go. He used to just keep on gazing at it. And then we used to go. While going, he will come to me to bow down. And then I will give him some sweets, offer to God as prasad. He used to take in hand and say, "Oh, Maharaj, you keep this, you eat. I don't want to take this." Without God, all these tastes bitter. For a child of 7th standard, maybe He is about 12 years perhaps. A 12 years boy who is just about to enter into the youths, fully grown body and mind. To feel the sweets as bitter, how could it be? Used to say, without God and His vision, everything tastes bitter. So this, what could be the inner longing to transcend the nature and go beyond? The guests and devotees were enchanted, many of them. The happiness of the material world appeared bitter to them, at least for the time being. After the kirtan, all sat around the master, eager to hear his words. Master, it is difficult to lead the life of a householder in a spirit of detachment. Master, it is difficult to lead the life of a householder in the spirit of detachment. Once Pratap Chandra Muzumdar, a celebrated leader of Brahmos Samaj, said to me, Sir, we follow the example of King Janaka. He led the life of a householder in detached spirit. We shall follow him. I said to him, can one be like King Janaka by merely wishing it? How many austerities he practiced in order to acquire divine knowledge. He practiced the most intense form of asceticism for many years and only then returned to the life of the world. We feel, oh, they lived that way and I too can live. I too want to live. We'll live like them. But actually, to raise to that level, to remain detached from all things and be there, unaffected by the external things, becomes difficult. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, knowingly or unknowingly, if you move in a place where the charcoal is sold or placed, that room, at least little of its darkness, blackness gets stained here and there, something. While going and coming, some things touch. Like that, the worldliness, and you are in constantly in that atmosphere, and it slowly, you will not know that the intensity of longing for God, spiritual understanding decreases. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, difficult to lead the householder's life in a spirit of detachment. Is there then no hope for householders? Sri Ramakrishna himself is putting this question. Certainly there is. Because Sri Ramakrishna is telling, it's how much of asceticism, spiritual practices and all, asceticism is something I don't provide anything to the body and mind which is a part of enjoyments. Bare necessity to live is provided and taken up, but with absolute care that I am not enjoying anything. I am just sustaining my life, without which I cannot, to that extent. I want to sleep, let me sleep on the bare ground. If it is too cold and unbearable, let me have just a mat or a cloth, but not the bed and cot. That kind of austerity. I have to live, I will take minimum food that is required for my bodily existence, nothing more. And this becomes the essential part with that austerities, the minimum required to sustain life and the rest of the time and every moment consciously offered to God. And one of the important austerities is not to forget God any moment. How much of God am I able to hold, with what intensity I am able to hold that heart. I am hugging God as if and trying to dissolve my personality into God. That type of austerities. In that every moment he is conscious of God and every moment he is filled within with the spirit of renunciation. And with that intensity we see him working. Here certainly is there. They must. Now, is there no hope for householders? Certainly, there is. They must practice spiritual discipline in solitude for some days. Enter into solitude. Let the introspection begin constantly going on, unceasingly. What is happening to me? Where am I? What am I? What is this world? Why have I come to this world? Who am I? How do I separate from the body when I sleep? The body is fallen there. I am not even related to it. I don't know whether body exists or not. How it separates. What am I? All these questions. What is this world? Where am I? Because the important part we see is, in particular state of my consciousness, I am experiencing these things. In deep sleep when I go, nothing exists. Absence of all things. I am in a particular level of consciousness. When I come to dream level, I don't know why I identify with the dream body. Mind has created this dream world, and in that dream world there is mind. Dream, the whole thing is created by, it has created my body also, not only world. And exactly my nature, my way of thinking, everything, that the moment I come to that level of consciousness, immediately I identify that as myself. Immediately the dream world presents. Similarly, I come to this waking level, and as I am coming to that level, there is another body, this one, physical. I am becoming aware of that. My consciousness is expanding and going to a particular level of consciousness. I say I am this body and this world is there. Where is this world? Where am I? Why am I identifying with this body? Why am I identifying with that dream body? Why do I feel the absence of everything when I go to another level of consciousness? What is this world? Where it is that all this story is happening? Then the ultimate. Can I go a little ahead? Can I experience something beyond? Then we see the expansion again. The expansion is happening and we see, oh, this is another level of consciousness. Another world is visible. World of gods. Still ahead. What is ultimate? The ultimate reality. I am moving from the lower reality to higher reality. Slowly we understand, experience the ultimate reality. It slowly we see the ultimate reality expanding into infinity, eternity, unchanging reality. It is slowly appearing. I am entering into it. I am experiencing. So here we see Akhanda Satchidananda Sagara. Oh, that ultimate. Then I am immortal. I am that. I am that. So how from lower, step by step I am expanding. Till then, I go to one level. Now you see, there must be, in solitude all this is possible. Otherwise, in amidst people, even few real sadhakas also, it limits. I cannot shout. I cannot live as I want. Even amidst the devotees, we are all sadhakas, intensely longing for God realization. Yet, there is no freedom if I am not in solitude. In solitude, I enter somewhere, place where I can shout and dance, do anything. There is none to hear. So, this either I must become indifferent to all things and experience the solitude, or move away. Few days, monthly, at least 2-3 days, just go and see who am I, what is this, that experience. Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.